And boom. Hey up, troops. What's just come out? Hey Littleton here with another video. Rainbow Six Siege official account just posted this, which takes you to this. An update to the Siege community. I have read I try not to read these things before I read them with you, but I have read these points, so I kind of know what this is about. But I didn't know this was coming out. We've been reading your feedback and recognise there are important subjects we need to address. We acknowledge that we haven't communicated clearly enough what we've been working on since the launch of Siege X, and we understand the frustration that's caused. We're committed to improving transparency, taking meaningful action on issues you raised based on your feedback. Our upcoming priorities include anti-cheat balancing and ranked improvements. Anti-cheat balancing and ranked improvements. That's pretty much everyone's gripe for some reason. I disagree completely about the balancing. Watch the Save Siege video if you want to hear about that. Anti-cheat and ranked improvements, I could get on board with. You can read about the current status of each below, with more updates coming on the road to the Munich Major in November. I'm going to be there. If you're going, please let me know and we'll have a pint. We want to thank you for all your continued support while we work through these challenges. It means a lot. Alex Kapazis and Josh Mills. Okay, cool. Right then, anti-cheat status. Our systems in Siege X did not keep pace with the surge of cheaters. I think we can all agree with that. That followed the move to free access, though we have made some progress. This is a difficult topic to address without tipping off the cheat makers to our next move. So without saying too much, here are a few key areas the team is working on to improve, backed by additional resources. Target high-profile cheat makers on the use of a single notorious cheat product through advancements in cheat detection. Disrupt marketplace exploits. Issue permanent bans to players caught using these exploits. Yeah, marketplace exploits don't really affect the game, do they? It's just purely skins and stuff. This is big, though. Let me just... So, during the Montreal Major, which would have been this time last year, I think, the Montreal Major. Was it? Yeah, I think it was. I was lucky enough to sit with the anti-cheat team at the Ubisoft studio in Montreal. What an honour and what a pleasure, genuinely. So, firstly, thank you to all you boys and girls who watched the video, because without you guys getting involved, I would never have opportunities like that. So, thank you for a kickoff. But I sat with the team. I've said this on videos before, but I cannot stress how passionate the anti-cheat team are about stopping cheaters. They care about cheaters more than me, more than you, and more than everybody else who watches this video combined. I promise you. I've met them, and I know. And let me add in here, like I say in every video, I don't get paid by Ubisoft to promote Siege. If I go to an event, they might take me to an event. If I do a sponsored stream, like I did for Dual Front, I might get paid to do one sponsored stream. I'm not on the payroll. I might get like a sponsored stream or a sponsored opportunity that is like a one-time thing. I'm not. People think I'm paid by Ubisoft to try and be positive about the game. I'm not. If something's crap, I'll tell you. If something's good, I'll tell you. I'm just genuinely being honest. The anti-cheat team are world-class. They care more about it than I can get across in words here. Something else I want to get across. BattlEye isn't shit. It's frustrating because there are so many cheaters at times. It's actually been better the last few weeks. BattlEye is one of the best anti-cheats on the market at the moment. Valorant aside, because that's a different beast, but even that is really suffering at the minute as well. What do CS use, Valve, whatever COD use, whatever Apex Legends use, whatever Overwatch use is Easy Anti-Cheat, I think is one, is way worse than BattlEye. Trust me. I've seen the numbers. I've seen some figures. It's worse. The thing is, BattlEye does really well at stopping so many cheaters. But there's so many people that cheat. Some come through the net. Some are willing to pay more to use the expensive cheats that can generally go undetected. It's the world we live in, unfortunately. No competitive game will be void of cheaters. I don't think ever, until we do something lawful where you have to submit your ID or something to play a game, and if you cheat, it becomes a criminal activity. Is it Korea, I think? South Korea that have done that recently? I think it is. I might be wrong with that, but a country has done that recently. I think it's South Korea. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I mean, I think the thing is, if you have to submit your ID to prove who you are, you've then got false positives, which could be, a false positive in a criminal setting is not what you need. Then you've got all the data protection issues with now Ubisoft holds a copy of your passport so you can play ranked in Siege. Is that safe? Do you want another company having a copy of your passport? That's a whole different ball game. But I think the only way to stop cheating in games, full stop, is to do something legal. Whatever that is, I don't know, but we're way off that, obviously. So, yeah, this would be great. We all know, I think I'll just say the word Klar, K-L-A-R. That was a massive cheat provider. that was causing hell in Siege about 18 months ago. 2 years to 18 months ago. And about 12 months ago, a little bit longer maybe, Siege and the anti-cheat team at Ubisoft did enough that Claw stopped providing cheats for Siege. So one of the anti-cheat measures is the game launches and then it does that QB anti-cheat where it comes back with a different code. And that it can confuse the anti-cheat confuse the cheat because you load the game with code 1234 and it's like, yeah, sweet, I know what I'm doing. The game closes and launches with a 1432. And all of a sudden, the cheat is looking for 1234. It doesn't know what 1432 is, and the two can't marry up. That's the basic idea behind it. My knowledge is pretty poor, but that's the idea. And there was enough of that going on, enough problems where what you want to do is create problems for cheat developers, so they have to put so much time and energy into resolving the measures that you try and put in to stop them that it just doesn't become worth their time. And that's what happened with Claw. Claw probably realised the amount of resources and time they were putting into it, it just wasn't worth it. And in the end, they focused more time on cheats for other games. I'm not going to show this on the screen, but I know a website. Is it still on here? I used to have it in my favourites so I could see what the status was. I don't think I've got it in my favourites anymore. But I know a website where you can see the status of Claw cheats. And if you just Google Claw, right, it's full of... I'm looking on the other monitor now. I'm not going to put this on the screen on a video, but it's full of absolute gimps on message boards. Is Claw detected? Oh, no, Claw is detected. What will I do? Is one of the posts. Absolutely unbelievable. So let me just have a look if this status website that I used to know is still on. Yes, okay, it's on. So I don't really want to show this on the screen, but I want to just show you the scale. Okay, let me just change the screen a second. And let me bring that over here. And make it full screen. Okay, cool. Now, look at this. This is one cheat provider that no longer provides cheats for Siege. Look at all the games that people are cheating on at the minute where the cheat is going undetected. Don't know what those two are. BF 2042, Chess, Daisy, Dead by Daylight. Like people are using war hacks in a fun game that's basically zombie tag. Escape from Tarkov Full and Light, two different versions. Fortnite, ravaged by cheaters at the moment. I don't know what that is. Hunt, Marvel Rivals. Hunt is like a pretty casual game. Marvel Rivals, Rust, Spoofer. Apex. Oh, Apex is being updated at the moment. And then Battlefield 6, which isn't even out yet. And this is one provider and all these things that they provide. I want to share that just so I can give you the scale of what we're up against in the anti-cheat space at the moment. And that provider, noticed there was no thing on there for Siege because they don't think it's worth the amount of work that the Siege anti-cheat devs are putting in. It wasn't worth their time to keep changing what they had to do to make it work. It just wasn't worth it. And that's what they want to do. Think of anti-cheat like drug dealing. You don't want to stop the guy on the corner of the street selling drugs. You don't want to stop the guy buying the drugs. Well, you don't want it, but the guy on the street buying the drugs on the corner, he isn't the problem. Okay, they are the problem, but what you want to do is go to the top of the pyramid. So the guy if you stop the guy selling the drugs to the guy on the corner of the street, that stops that. But if you stop the guy selling it to them and selling it to them and selling it to them, you don't want to ideally, you don't want to ban individual accounts that you find cheating. Obviously, that's what they do, but what you want to do is stop the cheat, and that then stops everyone using it below. So what can be frustrating sometimes for players, I'm sorry I'm going on about cheating so much here, but what can be frustrating sometimes for players is you'll find the same cheater has been, you'll play a cheater, I make a note of their account name so I can see when they're banned, and they'll play for 2-3 weeks more, and you think, God, how are they not detecting this guy? You get 15 kills a game, no deaths. But what is one step back but 2 steps forward is you let these people use these cheats for a week or two, or however long it is, sometimes longer because it's harder to grasp. And then you can find out more data, the patterns on what people do when they're using the cheat, and eventually you can figure out how to stop the cheat. That's the plan. You don't want to just be, cheater ban, cheater ban, cheater ban. No, ban the cheat, stops the cheaters, or they move somewhere else, and you work on that as well. So it can be frustrating that you don't see a ban all the time, but if you just keep banning the cheaters individually, you don't get to gather data on how to stop the cheat. Are you with me? Think of it like stopping a drug dealer or a drug network. If you stop where that drug's coming in from, it stops the one guy selling it to 10, the one guy selling it to 100, and him on the street selling it to 1,000, you've now got 5,000 drug users at the bottom of the pile. However, if you go to the top, it's one person that starts that chain off. Are you with me? Right, good. Anti-cheat talk over. The final parting words, unfortunately, it's the nature of gimps on the internet is we're going to be faced with tackling cheaters for a long while yet. Balancing. 10 minutes I've been yapping there, sorry. Status, we've heard that updates can feel like nerfs, no buffs. So that's like, it sounds like a song. Nerfs, all nerfs, no buffs. So we're changing up our approach when unexpected metas form and we'll prioritise a fun experience. We have ambitions for larger system changes for the game's balancing, which we'll go into testing soon. I agree. I don't know about this, man. I said on that Save Siege video, people were just saying give more utility to operators, but that isn't fun when you've got to play against Lion with 8 scans. I think the game is pretty well balanced at the moment, and I went into detail about that on the Save Siege video. Go and check that out if you want to hear it. I do yap for a while there. I've got a habit of that. So, in patch 3.3, coming October 14th. Wow, they've even given us a date for that. When is that? Is that at 6 days from now, I think? They always come out on a Tuesday, don't they? Yeah. October 14th, we'll be reverting Denari's nerf. We reacted a little too quickly. I showed that on the Save Siege video as well. Reacted a little too quickly on tuning based on what we saw on the test server. Additionally, the Glaive 12 will be buffed. Good. But we have to be careful here. I don't just want to make everyone OP again. You remember the time when Solis, Azami, Fenrir were like insane? Like you wouldn't play a game without them in it. Yes, we want it to be fun. I still think it's fun. But we don't just want to give everyone more, because then you have to play against that as well. You know? Valk doesn't need 5 cams, because then you have to find 5 Valk cams. It's fun while you play Valk, but not when you're playing against Valk. Ying doesn't need 3 more Candelas. That's not more fun, because now you've got 3 more Candelas to deal with. So, Solis will be receiving her impact grenades back. That's big, and I think that is needed, so I can get behind that. And I feel like they're pandering to the crowd a little bit here, because they keep saying fun, which is what everyone's saying. Oh, it needs to be more fun. It needs to be more fun. Siege is fun if you play Siege properly, in my opinion. But everywhere you look, fun experience. Fun. I feel like they're just using that a little bit. But anyway, Solis will be receiving her impact nades back to make it more fun to play. We can still see her influence in matches and how players use a shotgun for those post-plan situations. I completely agree. Solis was nerfed into the ground. Impacts will make her better. Even just as a roamer in general to get out of sticky situations, having impacts is helpful. Year 10 Season 4, this is big. We can confirm that Thermite, Habana, and Maverick will all be receiving buffs. Ace will have a lot more competition. That's because everyone's just banning Ace all the time. But I'm excited to see the when they show the ban delta, Ace is going to be like high up there, more than we've ever seen. That one's interesting to me, because why do we need a Maverick buff? I'm not sure on that. Maverick has no counter. He's the only operator in the game with no counter. You can't do anything to stop Maverick. Even more so now, Electric doesn't do any damage to you whilst you're maving a wall. I'm not sure about that one. Year 10 Season 4 will also introduce the Testing Grounds. This is next season. A place to help us gather initial feedback and test implementation of gameplay features before they're integrated. An armor and speed system change for operators will be our first Testing Ground subject. I've not had this confirmed, and it's not a leak. It's just my theory. I think they're going to test everyone at 2-2 and see if that makes it more fun to play. I think Gridlock's a decent operator, decent gun, decent gadget, decent secondary with nades, but people don't want to play her too much because she's a 1-speed. And people sometimes pick operators who are a 3-speed because they're a 3-speed. I've got a little piece of skin that's sticking out my nail. It's really sore. I need to... You know what? I'm trying to bite it off. I'm not... You know what? I'm going to do it now on the video so I remember. Get the nail clippers. I keep them here just in case. And I'm just going to... Sorry about this, guys. I should probably edit this out. But I won't. Sorry. There we go. Sorted. That's miles better. That was the right thing to do. So, Testing Grounds. I think there'll probably be a few things on here. We're going to start with the speed changes. I think they've got to test all... What I want them to do with this system, right, is kind of use it as a system to say, I told you that wasn't a good idea type thing. You know, like the 2-shot headshot that people have been talking about, or get rid of 1-shot headshot? Stick no 1-shot headshot on that server if you can, if it's easy to program. But bear in mind, there's a lot of resource that's then got to be spent on developing things that might not ever come into the game. But put 2-shot headshot, 3-shot headshot on that server. Watch people play it. Watch people hate it. and it completely quashes the idea that a 2-shot headshot system is better. So yeah, I want them to kind of use that to say, oh, and not just to be spiteful, to then actually say, oh, you know what, having everyone at a 2-2 speed was far more balanced, and more operators were used and not looked down on because of speed and armor. So yeah, well, maybe it can come out some good news. Ranked. Excuse me. Ranked 2.0 hasn't hit the mark yet. Agreed. And we're working on major changes. There'll be matchmaking updates to start in Season 4, so that's next season, with more meaningful updates on the way. Next steps, the Year 10 Season 4 matchmaking will get more specific with rank and squad size factored in. Okay? Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that last bit there. If you can get in a match that's got a 2, a 2, and a 1 against 2 and a 2 and a 1, that would be more favourable than matching a 2 and 2 and a 1 against a 5-stack. If you had, you had a game where a 2, a 2 and a 1 and a 5-stack, and a 2 and a 2 and a 1 versus a 5-stack, if you could somehow make the 2 5-stacks play each other, make the 2 2-1s play each other, that would be good, wouldn't it, if we could factor in the squad size. We're actively developing what we call Ranked Overhaul, with the objective of offering a visible ranked reward progression as well as visible skill progression. That's what we want. That's what we need. At the moment, when I play a gold, I don't know that his skill is gold. If I play a champ, I don't know that their skill or hidden MMR is champ. I know that's what they've managed to accrue that season, if you know what I mean. But they're hidden. Someone's hidden MMR could be diamond, and they're currently ranked gold. Doesn't make any sense to me that. I get it, and I get how it works, but it's just not easy to work out. Rank should be quite easy, in my opinion. It's like a ladder, isn't it? Okay, what are we playing here? Okay, well, he's diamond. Okay, so I know what skill level he is. Whereas I could be, what are we playing here? He's a plat player. Okay, he's a plat player, but he's hidden MMR as champ, but he's only played 25 games this season, so that's why he's plat. Yeah, you know what I mean? It makes sense when you can sit and talk about it, but when you're just in a game or someone's new to the game, I don't want to have to be doing math statistics to figure it out. So yeah, cool, like that. Player consultations are in progress with this new system, and we'll be running workshops during the Munich Major to further refine the design. Good. Speak to the player base, take some ideas. No issue with that at all. The companies that talk to their customers and base things based off the customer's ideas do better than any other company. There's actually just a random thing to talk about here. I have a second YouTube channel called Bald and Outdoors where I go camping and hiking, and there's a tent manufacturer in America called Durston Gear. Dan Durston, who runs it, who listens to everything his customers say and takes on board the feedback and changes products to suit, to make improvements that other people have suggested. And he's so open and honest with his feedback. And so it's easier for a smaller company like that, although Durston are getting big now, but it's easier for someone to, you've got millions and millions of players and a team across the world, so I get it's harder in this scenario. But how open he is with the community to say, oh, I actually really appreciate that idea. We'll actually try and incorporate that if we can soon. You know what I mean? He's just really open with it and upfront. Great company. Anyway, this isn't a sponsored video for Durston Gear. Check out the second YouTube channel called Bald and Outdoors. Link below. I'm going this weekend, so there'll be a new video starting next week. We aim to have the Ranked Overhaul live in the first half of Year 11. Okay, so that's Year 11 Season 1 or 2. And Season 1 of a year starts in February. Usually. So it'll either be February or it'll be May, June time. Final thoughts. With much of this year's focus on setting a new foundation for updates to come, recent seasonal content has understandably felt lighter. I don't think it's been that bad. I don't know, man. Maybe I just don't expect much. I don't think it's been that bad. I feel like they're pandering to the crowd a little bit here, but I don't think it's been that bad. But I kind of get what they're saying here. With so much resource put on modernizing Siege X, maybe there wasn't as much attention put on newer content, especially for veteran players. Yeah, okay, that's a great way to end that sentence, actually. For those who are used to having 2 operators a season and a map every year, I get that that's now it's feeling a bit light for them. Okay, fair point. Good end to that sentence, Ubisoft. We're looking at adjusting our seasonal approach to bring more substance to mid-season updates. We'll share more on this topic during the November Munich Major. This update isn't exhaustive, but I expect to hear more from us, and please continue sharing your reports, feedback, survey responses, and gameplay. Your passion and commitment keep Siege growing. Your priorities are our priorities, and together we'll keep building Siege into the best it can be. We'll look forward to celebrating our 10th anniversary together. the siege team. I don't know what that means. That's something modern. Is that someone saluting? Wait, I can see it. That's a head, and that's a salute doing that, isn't it? All right, cool. Nice. That's modern. I'm too old to understand that. So there we have it. An update on it. It's a bit of a roadmap update, really, but a blog post that I felt they needed to get out, really, given the sort of sentiment around the community at the moment. So in short, anti-cheat updates, which we all want and we know is important, but is also an almost impossible task. The balancing changes where they're going to keep things fresh, I'm guessing. I just don't want everything to become super overpowered again, where I said this on the other video, and I'm sorry to keep repeating that, but at the moment I could make a case for almost every operator on attack and defense and to when to use them. Back in 18 months ago, you wouldn't see a defending lineup without a Zami, Solus, and Fenrir, and it was unfun eventually. So don't make people too good that you can't not play them, and then it doesn't become fun because how can I describe what I'm trying to say here? I think it's fun at the moment because there's no defined meta. So when you go into it, we haven't got the utility meta or the run and gun meta or the LMG meta or the TDM meta or whatever it's called. I feel at the minute there's sort of the meta could be anything. So you go into every round and it could be a shield rush, which is a bit cheesy at the moment, admittedly. It could be 3 hard breaches opening 3 walls. It could be a Ying, there could be like, you know what I mean? There's loads of different options at the minute. There's not an obvious meta that it's going to be. Not like in the past where someone would bring Finker LMG, Zof LMG, Fuse LMG, and you knew that was coming every round. I feel like it's quite versatile at the moment. It's quite balanced, in my opinion. I get what people are saying. Changes with operators help keep things feeling fresh. I get that. The game's nearly 11 years old, nearly. I get what they're saying, but we don't want to go too far. Okay, there we go. That's it. Thanks for listening. I didn't expect to see this tonight, so we've had a cheeky Wednesday. Wait, no, I've already done a video today. This will be the second video I've uploaded in one day. I uploaded a solo queue video earlier on, and now I'm about to upload another video. Have I ever uploaded 2 videos in one day? That's like that Crowded House song, 4 seasons in one day. Anyone know that tune? I'm showing my age here a little bit, but I'll just play that as we go out. 4 seasons in one day, but it's 2 videos in one day. What tune this is, by the way? Just bear with me. Where's the bit I want? There we go. What a tune this is. Sorry, we've gone off topic here. Nobody's watching this, but where's it going? Seasons in one day. Tune. 2 videos in one day. Didn't need to play that, did I? I'm probably going to get DMCA'd on that from Crowded House now. Right, there we go. Enjoy the blog post. It looks like there's lots of fun things to come. Fingers crossed the update that comes at the Munich Major will keep things fresh and keep people engaged and interested. Thanks as always for getting involved with the video. Thank you for watching. By the way, do me a favor. If you don't subscribe. If you don't like the video, just press that thumbs up. Or if you didn't like it, don't. Fair enough. You can do what you want. And if you don't know what to type in the comments, today I bought some reciprocating saw blades. So you can comment reciprocating saw blade if you don't know what else to write, because a comment really helps the algorithm. So there's an option for you. Right, cheers as always for getting involved. I'll see you next time. All the best.